channel Cloud DevOps Zara. In this video, I am going to deploy React-based application on AWS EC2 instance, and I'll be using my personal domain to access the application. So let's get started. Before going further, I'll be giving some brief explanation how the actual flow works from the user request to the application response. First of all, user sends the request to the domain. The request first goes to the DNS resolver internet service provider. It then points to the top level domain registry, which directs the query to the Route 53 name servers. Since I have registered my domain in Hostinger and updated it to use by Route 53 service, and I have given authoritative DNS to the Route 53 service, so the Route 53 resolves the domain to the EC2 instance. The request is then routed to the Nginx Web server running on EC2 instance. Finally, the Nginx serves the React application and sends the response back to the user. First of all, we'll test our application from our local machine. I'm switching to the VS Code editor. These are the files that we are using for the React application. I have already installed Node and npm packages. So now I am going to install some Node modules that are required to run this application. So I'll be using npm install react scripts command to install the Node module. Here we can see Node modules folder. You can see here Node modules folder has been created. So now let's use npm start command to test our application. So here we can see our goal side application is working fine in our local. So let's launch an EC2 instance in AWS Cloud, and we'll use Nginx Web server, and we can deploy application on cloud. Now I'm going to the EC2 console and we'll launch an EC2 instance. Let's give a name as React deployment. I'm going with Ubuntu Linux. Currently I'm going with T2 micro only. I have existing key pair, so I am going with the key. For now I am going with the existing security group. In this security group I have allowed some ports like 22 for SSH connection, 80 for HTTP, and 443 for HTTPS, and 3000 for React application. So coming to the configure storage part, I am going with 8 GB. So click on launch instance. Here we can see our EC2 instance is up and running. So now I'll copy my public IP and I'll connect EC2 instance from git bash. Now I'll go to the path where I have my key pair. Here we can see I have my public key and private key as well. So I'll be using this command like ssh -i AWS key Ubuntu @IP. Enter S. Now we are into Ubuntu server. Let's clear the screen. When we are logging into the Ubuntu, first we have to update the existing packages. So we'll be using this command like sudo apt update -y. It will update all the existing packages that are there in Linux. I have my application code on GitHub repository, so I'm going to clone from there. Let's clear the screen. So now here we can provide the URL of the Git repository that we have. Click on enter. Yeah, it's completed cloning. Let's get into the folder. CD. So now you can see these are the files and folders that are present in the React app development. So now we are going to install Node.js. Sudo install Node.js -y. Here we can see the Node version. You can see Node version here. So now here we are going to install npm node package manager. Sudo apt install npm -y. It is going to install node package manager. We can see that npm package installation has been completed. You can see 9.2.0 as npm version. So now here we are going to install some node modules by using this command npm install react scripts. Here we can see node modules installation has been completed. You can check that folder. You can see node modules folder has been created. So now we are going to use npm run build to get the build folder of this application. These are some warnings. We can ignore those. It will take some time to create a build folder. You can see here build folder has been created. Let's clear the screen. So now I'm going to install Nginx Web Server by using this command like sudo apt install nginx -1. Nginx installation has been completed successfully. I will check version of the Nginx. Here we can see Nginx version. We can also check the service status by using this command like sudo systemctl status Nginx. You can see it is active and running. Let's clear the screen. So to deploy React application on Nginx, so once we done with installation of Nginx, we have to copy build folder to the Nginx hosting path. We can use this command like sudo copy recursively build a folder to the location /var /www/html. Click on enter. We can verify whether our build folder get copied or not by going that path. We can see that build folder copied successfully to the var/www/html path. So once copied, we have to edit Nginx default path. So we can go to that path by using this command sudo vi/etc/nginx/sites available /default. Go to insert mode. We can see here by default Nginx listens on 80. If we want to change, we can change the port number as per our requirement. Coming to the root folder path. So now here we can see the root folder path. Here we can add the build folder /build. Here we can provide the domain name. By default it will be showing as underscore. The underscore means here it will serve to any domain. So once we are done with updating our path, can leave rest of the things as it is. Escape colon WQ. So once we are done with updation of the Nginx file, we have to restart our service. So we can use this command like sudo systemctl to start Nginx. So now we can check the status of the Nginx. So now we can access our application using our domain. So go to AWS console, go to Route 53 service. Here we can see I have one hosted zone. So go to hosted zone section. Click on hosted zone name. So here we can see the records, and I have provided name servers in the Hostinger website. Here we can see I have updated AWS name server records in the Hostinger website. So now we have to change our record name. I'm deleting the existing record. We'll create a record. Currently I'm not giving any subdomain here. I'm going with the cloud DevOps Zero.Fun domain. Select a record here. Provide the public IP. Here we can see TTL comes. TTL stands for time to leave. Here I'm going with 60 seconds. If we give here 5 minutes, and if we change the record in Route 53, users might still see the old value until the TTL expires. So I'm going with 60 seconds. So click on create records. We can see here cloud DevOps Zero.Fun record has been created. And we're going to access our application using this domain name. So we can see here our application is up and running. Here we can see we can go with different sections. This is the sign in button. So this is the process to access our application through EC2 instance. Thanks for watching.